Winning in here. You see players in their seasonal standings. Dom Harvey in 7th, Zach Allen in 9th.
Yeah, a couple of big names here on the SCG Tour. Zach Allen having a quieter year, but still with 9th place points. Had a classic one, I know, with Esper. Generally a control player, but the Samuel Titan deck just a bit too strong for him to ignore.
Allen on the play with a Sun Home. For Harvey, it's going to be Urza's Mine, Chromatic Star. Turn 2 for Allen is Simic Growth Chamber, picking up the first land. Harvey will start turn 2 by filtering the Chromatic Star, drawing a card. For green mana, Urza's Tower, here's Sylvan Scrying. That means turn 3 Tron will be online.
Yeah, and that's basically what you want to do if you're a Tron player. All day, day. Just turn 3 Tron, hopefully stick something relevant. Hopefully in this scenario for Harvey, it's going to be a Karn Liberated, or maybe even a Karn the Great Creator, and then you get something like Trinisphere out of the sideboard or what have you. Some sort of disruptive element with that extra 3 mana. And I've seen a couple people play Chalice of the Void. Not quite good in this matchup, but might be something to look for.
Once Upon a Time will be the first spell cast for Allen. That means it's free. It finds Azusa Lost But Seeking, and here's mana number 3, Sunhome redeployed. Boros Garrison will be the first land after the Azusa. Sunhome picked up and played again, so that's all 3 lands. Passing with 5 mana is Allen.
That allows him to potentially play a Titan on, I believe, his turn 4, but that might be a little too slow if Harvey has a huge play this turn.
We know about Tron. The question is, what's the payoff? Karn Liberated.
A minus here on the Simic Growth Chamber is going to basically double Stone Rain Zach Allen. He does have the Azusa to kind of rebuild, but there's a good chance he just gets hit again next turn, either with hand or another minus.
That was the only green source. There was a little bit of a tell with the way that Allen sequenced starting on Sunhome. You see no green mana. However, he does have Slayer's Stronghold. Uses that to pump the Azusa and take down the Karn.
Notably, though, no more land drops to follow that up. Azusa allowed him to play 2 extra lands that turn. Played 0 extra lands that turn. While the Slayer Stronghold did kill the Karn Liberated, Dominic Harvey here not under any pressure at all.
Land number 4 for Harvey will be Forest, so only going up to 8 mana on the 4th turn.
Dismember in hand as well. May want to go ahead and pop that Azusa while he can.
He'll start with Ancient Stirrings.
There's
another Karn Liberated.
Oh no. You know, 7 mana Stone Rain. Still pretty good, turns out.
He's actually going to go for Karn the Great Creator here.
I think he's going for Karn the Great Creator because he also wants to play the Dismember on the Azusa this turn. So he can Liquid Metal Coating, and he can Dismember the Azusa, and then on upkeep he can turn the Boros Garrison into an artifact, and the Karn Great Creator static ability keeps him from being able to tap for mana.
Gets all the value of Stone Raining on top of having this Mycosynth Lattice being threatened by that Karn.
Yeah, the Lattice next turn was a surefire thing, but even if that wasn't the case, Liquid Metal Coating could just turn the Boros Garrison into an artifact again, plus on the Karn to turn it into a creature, and it dies as a 0/0.
See, Allen picks him up. He says, real quick, show me the Lattice. Harvey has it.
Oh, yeah.
Players going to sideboards. Dominic Harvey really quickly up a game here.
I would have sent him a message and said, nah, bro, you already scooped him up. Sorry about that.
Sideboard for Zach Allen. 2 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Dismembers, 2 Oko, Thief of Crowns, a Field of the Dead, a Ramunap Excavator, a Manglehorn, a Radiant Fountain, a Cavern of Souls, a Hornet Queen, an Obstinate Baloth, a Ghost Quarter, and an Engineered Explosives.
A couple options here for Allen. I like Disdainful Stroke as a way to stifle those big payoffs for Monogran Tron. He doesn't have a ton of blue sources in his deck to cast it, but this is the type of matchup that you want it for. The Ramunap Excavator could be good alongside the one of Ghost Quarter main. You have a lot of ways to fetch it. I think this is one of the matchups that you want Ramunap Excavator because you get that Azusa, Ramunap Excavator, Ghost Quarter package, and you just blow up all of their Tron lands every single turn. As for the rest, I don't think you really want the EE, the Baloth, the Hornet Queen, the Cavern of Souls, or the Radiant Fountain. Manglehorn, I'm kind of on the fence on. And you definitely do want the second Ghost Quarter, though. And you could probably bring out like the Bajuka Bog or something in his place.
Sideboard for Harvey, 3 Nature's Claim, 3 Veil of Summer, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, and some of this Wish board. Trinisphere, Snaring Bridge, Liquid Metal Coating, Mycosynth Lattice, Relic of Progenitus, and Golos.
So this sideboard from Harvey is a kind of a wish package for Karn the Great Creator, so not going to have a whole lot to bring in here. Veil of Summer, not really for this matchup. Leyline Sanctity, more for like the burn decks and things like that. The card I do think he is going to bring in is Nature's Claim as a way to slow down the draws featuring Amulet of Vigor. I think Amulet of Vigor is one of the ways that the Amulet Titan deck can kind of go over the top of mono green before they get set up. However, Nature's Claim in general only really has one target, so if Alan just has a normal rampy draw featuring Sakura Tribe Scout and Azusa and no Amulet, then Nature's Claim is just going to kind of rot in Harvey's hand, and I don't know if he wants to do that. He might just stick with the same 60 that he beat him with in Game 1.
We saw Amulet Titan just be dominant last weekend. Well, at least it took home the plaque and one of the trophies in Philadelphia. It's looking really good this weekend. And next weekend is maybe something you want to take to your local regionals event. We'll give you some information about that right now.
Regional Championships return Saturday, October 19th. Each Modern event awards $5,000 and 8 qualifications for the Invitational at SCGCon Winter. The first 200 players to register at each location receive an exclusive playmat and matching token, while the first 100 also receive a second exclusive token. Register today at any of these 11 locations or visit go.starcitygames.com/regionals.
You can get all that information at go.starcitygames.com/regionals. That's going to be next Saturday, October 19th.
Yeah, the last paper event I went to when I was on the East Coast was actually at one of the places that have a regional. Card Monster Games had a really nice game store inside of a mall over in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you're in the area, definitely recommend that one. Not to play favorites, but that's just the place that I've been to.
Fair enough. We're also coming up on the top 8 of our tournament here, and subscribers to our page going to get a chance to vote on the modern decks you want to see square off in the top 8. We would really appreciate your subscriptions here. It's only $4.99 a month.
Yeah,
you
just
get to
press
vote
the
in the
button.
quarterfinals. Press the button. It's easy.
Just hit the button.
Custom emoticons and badge. You've hit a button before.
Yeah, you know what else you get with the emoticons? You get the Roll Todd emote, which is me with a big old laugh.
Easily worth $4.99.
Yeah, you also get...
I would pay double.
Well, kind of, you do, right? Because you're a sub on my channel?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a 1 for 2.
Yeah. Roll Todd. Anyway, you can join the feature match area today. You're watching right now. Make sure to hit that subscriber button, and you, too, can vote on the quarterfinal match. Who is going to make it in, though? You're going to get to vote on Dom Harvey? Because, honestly, I like watching Harvey play this mono green Tron deck. I think I'm going to vote for him. After this match is over, I'm going to the feature match area, and I'm going to click the button.
He's got to win here first.
Oh, he's gonna. I have faith.
All right, he's up a game.
Look, I don't know if you know this before. We've already lived through this day multiple times.
Oh, that is true.
Dom Harvey wins this tournament.
Yeah, you did say that.
I called that this morning.
And that's how he becomes the next Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It's all this
He's already won twice.
Wibbly-wibby.
Urza has basically reconstructed the time-space continuum, broken all the boundaries of time and space. Dom Harvey's already won twice, but he needs to win 3 full times in a row.
Tournamenty, warnamenty.
To become the new Doctor Who. And, or something like that.
He's got the accent. Got the accent.
Right, that's why I picked it.
Zach Allen wouldn't make sense as Doctor Who.
Nah, he'd be a Doctor Huh?
Doctor Who, Doctor what have you.
No, Doctor Huh.
I like Doctor Huh.
What?
Dr. O.
That was a Bond villain, wasn't it?
Dr. Octopus?
No, that's...
That's Spider-Man.
I feel like you're trolling me now.
Now?
Yeah. All right. Not
like both players on a mulligan.
I was going to say unclear if mulliganing or still shuffling from sideboarding. Again, all sense of time gone.
Dr. No was
Dr.
the James
No.
Bond
There you
villain.
go. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Both players on 6 with a new London mulligan, though. I think both players can actually benefit from the London mulligan, especially Zach Allen's Amulet Titan deck. Those bounce lands like Simic Growth Chamber almost effectively reset a mulligan on occasion. It was one of the reasons why I thought the Ravnica limited format was so good, because you could mulligan to 5 and still have a pretty good draw thanks to those bounce lands.
Yeah, for sure. Harvey going to 5 here.
Yeah, but that's nothing new. I go to 4, 3 cards with Tron sometimes. Doesn't matter. Turn 3 Tron, you'll eventually draw a Karn or warm cooler, something, and then you just win.
The most important thing is getting that turn 3 Tron. If you cast a 7 on 4, it's like you cast 2 Dark Rituals. You just make it right back up.
Yeah.
That's just math.
Yeah, we saw Adam Francie yesterday keeping Force, Ancient Stirrings, no Tron pieces, whiffing and passing on 2. Like,
no good.
Nuh-uh. Ship it back.
You get
Looks like Alan actually choosing to go to 5 as well. Thought hard about that decision, ultimately chose to go with a mulligan. Both players going to be even on 5.
You saw him look at a card to put back, kind of hemming and hawing, and decided, you know what? None of these 6 look good. Let's go for 5.
To me, this is the real downside of the London mulligan. Both players here, maybe could have kept the 7, probably would have kept the 6 depending on what it looked like. But the London mulligan really incentivizes you to make sure that your hand is crystal clear and clean. And for a lot of modern decks, the raw amount of resources you control is almost irrelevant. You just need specific things. The London mulligan helps you find all of those specific things very easily.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
It is interesting. I don't like the time that expends trying to find your like Tron pieces or trying to find your Amulet of Vigor into bounce land and do Azusa draws, It's just a time sink. That's it. That's all I care about.
I will say, at least these 2 decks, not eating a lot of clock. Just over 10 minutes down in the round.
Oh, for sure. But the majority of that has literally been mulliganing and sideboarding.
Well, you get more chance to ask your opponent where they're from, how their tribe was.
All right. Well, Harvey actually has 2 Tron pieces and a Karn. I would ship this back.
You ship that on 5?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
It's most of the way there.
Turn 3 Tron. Need turn 3 Tron. He's just going to miss.
He's got 2 looks. What if he draws Once Upon a Time? He doesn't have it in his deck.
Yeah.
So it'd be bad if he drew it.
Right. We call it judge on
Don't
him.
do that.
Nuh-uh.
Zach Allen has Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
That's legal. Finds Field of the Dead.
Yeah, Field of the Dead, not really the one he's looking for, I'm sure. Probably just this was one of the options, and it was the best of a bad bunch.
Castle Garenbrig, go. Or is this Power Plants for Harvey?
I mean, Dom might be a real Tron guy, He might just draw it, and that's great, because real Tron guys draw it.
An important element of playing Tron is peeling perfectly.
Dismember. Get some.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah,
so Field of the Dead's land number 2, Sakura Tribe Scout, that's dead.
It's funny. He just doesn't have no land in it. It just doesn't matter. All right, here comes Tron piece number 2.
Harvey at 16 off that Dismember, though. The swings are going to be larger than that in a matchup like this.
I wonder if Harvey might play the Force this turn. Yeah, Angel Stirrings here are going to take a look in a book. That way, if he misses on the Tron piece and finds Chromatic Star Sphere, he can just play that this turn.
I like that line, take a look in a book for Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Doesn't play as well for Ancient Stirrings.
No, but whenever I say take a look, I can't help but say in a book.
Also
it's
fair.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Big fan.
Never saw it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
No, I really never saw it. Sorry.
We watched that a lot, even in school when I was growing up.
We actually had some like really busted Southern bad programming. I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't good.
Harvey finds Chromatic Sphere.
That's not true. We watched Bill Nye. Bill Nye was nice.
Bill Nye is nice. That Sphere goes. Zach Allen's going to cast an Ancient Stirrings of his own. Take a look in a library. Ugh. He had Disdainful Stroke among the cards there. Can't take that one.
Nah, but he has a Disdainful Stroke in hand. Could take Teleria West and just play it. But his options here are pretty bad. He has a Force in hand as a potential land for the turn if he wants to take something else. But he doesn't have a bounce land among these cards. Or else that would be definitely the pick. Finds a Gemstone Mine. Going to go and just put that on the battlefield. So now he can Disdainful Stroke if he so chooses.
Not bad. So plays the mine and passes. Harvey can't have Tron here, but he can cast some spells to make sure he has it on 4. He'll start by sacrificing the Sphere. Uses the mana immediately for another Sphere.
Oh, found the Tron. So he's going to have Tron unlocked and a Karn liberated next turn. But unfortunately for him, Zach Allen does have Disdainful Stroke at the ready, so he's going to need a good follow-up to the Karn Liberated that's going to get countered next turn. Maybe brought in Veil Summer. You don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that. Yeah, Dom is playing those 3 Veil Summers in the sideboard. It doesn't particularly seem like the matchup for it, but the plays you're just suggesting, it would certainly line up.
All right, Amulet of Vigor here in Basic Forest. That's the one. That's a nice one. See, the problem is Zach Allen doesn't have a Primeval Titan and doesn't have enough mana to cast Primeval Titan. So he's going to need a couple of draws here to be competitive in this game, unless Dom just draws air for the rest of it. You know, he could go Karn Liberated here, it gets countered, and then Dom just needs to find some sort of follow-up.
The thing about that, though, is Tron is so unlikely to draw air. You have a combination of such good card selection and Ancient Stirrings, and then just so many redraws with your Spheres and Stars.
True that. I think he actually has an Emrakul, the Promised End, in hand. Might be time for that one in a few turns.
An attempt at Karn Liberated. Disdainful Stroke catches that. We'll go back to Allen.
Instant Sorcery Artifact Planeswalker.
Castle Garenbrig. Summoner's Pact, and he actually has 6 because of the castles.
Wow. He had the Summoner's Pact all along. I didn't think he had it. Now with the Amulet of Vigor, he gets to play the Primeval Titan, go and get Boros Garrison, and the Slayer Stronghold.
So here's Primeval Titan.
Now lets him give the Primeval Titan haste and attack. He also gets to... He can't double strike at this turn. He's a little short on the mana for that. But what he can do is go get a couple more lands, and that allows him to actually turn on Field of the Dead, and he's going to be threatening lethal next turn.
Standard Classic players, your final standings have been on your pairing board.
I think he can cast Emrakul, the Promised End, and I think he can choose to not pay for the Summoner's Pact.
Oh, no.
He might be currently 1 mana short.
Let's do a quick count on that.
Planeswalker, Artifact, Sorcery, Instant. That's 4, so it costs 9.
We have 8. Dom's picking him up here, so what do we get? Oh, Ghost Quarter. He's going to Ghost Quarter him off Tron.
Ah.
So he wouldn't be able to do that. But it would have been cool.
Or he didn't have the Emrakul Promised End anyway.
Well, you know, some combination of the two. You would let yourself draw to it if you didn't get Ghost Quartered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Zach Allen has tied things up.
Fine. I really wanted to see the Mindslaver no pay for Pact. I haven't seen that in a very long time.
You got me excited. That is really nice. As it stands, though, Zach Allen able to catch the Karn Liberated with Disdainful Stroke. The Karn on turn 4 was stunted, and then had the Titan on the following turn.
That's why you mold a 4. That's why you mold a 4. IMO.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I mean, look.
I don't know if 4 would have won.
He kept turn 4. Yeah, I don't know either. But kept keeping 5 sure didn't win.
Turn 3 Karn is a lot better than turn 4 Karn.
Yeah, that's literally the difference in Modern is that one turn. Now on the play, I think on the play you keep 5 with 2 Tron pieces and some way to dig.
Sure. We got a couple more Modern tournaments coming up this year. That means we're probably playing a lot of Modern on Versus Live Tuesdays and Thursdays on this very channel.
Especially if they don't ban Golos or Field of the Dead.
Yeah, the standard's unwatchable, so don't mess with that. Obviously not playing Legacy. Got Corey Baumeister, Ross Merriam every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m.
Make sure to watch the Mythic Championship featuring Standard next weekend. Anyway, every Tuesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, SCG Tour. This channel right here. If you hit that follow button right now, you'll be able to see it every Tuesday and Thursday on the left side of your screen whenever you visit Twitch. Easy clicks. It's a good show.
You get to interact, too.
Yeah.
Watch the games, ask questions to some of the greatest minds in the game. Corey Baumeister and Director Rob.
Yeah. That's the only people in that room that are smart.
Ross Merriam, of course. A great
smart.
resource.
Yeah. Great. I mean, he did play Izzet Delver this weekend, so.
Ugh.
I mean, I did write my article about Izzet Delver this weekend, but
you tricked him.
I told him not to. I mean, I told everyone to if they want to have some fun. And I'm sure he had a lot of fun.
I doubt it.
Ooh.
Do you think Ross has fun when he's losing? I've watched. He gets pretty sore about it.
That's fair. Okay. Dom going to 6 already. That was quick.
Yeah, pretty quick mulligans.
What is your thoughts on Once Upon a Time in these Tron decks, and how would you build a Tron deck around Once Upon a Time?
Well, your second question is not going to be a good follow-up to my answer to your first. I actually like the fact that Harvey is not playing Once Upon a Time. The thing about it, Carson did some breakdown on the mathematics of it. If you do keep hands that are speculative with Once Upon a Time, you do technically increase your consistency of turn 3 Tron. The issue is these hands, if you put some other card, you're just mulliganing more often, and your deck mulligans very well. And if you miss on a hand that you mulligan if it's not a Tron piece, you're often losing on the spot. That's just the nature of Tron. So I like Harvey's build with no Once Upon a Time. If I'm going to play Once Upon a Time, then I think that's something that we talked about earlier in the broadcast. I wouldn't be looking at the Karn the Great Creators that Harvey has.
Right.
Be going heavier on creatures, make sure you got all 4 Wormcoil Engine, probably multiple copies of Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
Yep. I actually I played through a league the other day with a Once Upon a Time version of Tron, and what really felt odd to me, but obviously very strong, there were 3 copies of Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger in one of the 5.0 lists that I was trying out, and it didn't feel like it was overkill. It felt very good, you know?
I mean, you're already just like mulliganing to Tron, right?
Right.
If you mulligan to Tron, your deck is pretty good at also just adding the backup tower. Turn 4 Ulamog just kills everybody, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter if your draw has extra Ulamogs, because the first one won the game, and if it didn't, the second one probably will.
Right. All right, Dom here, trying to figure out what to put back. I think he's on 6. He might be on 5, though. I guess he's on 5 if he's thumbing the rest of this hand. But I only see 1 Tron piece and a Forest and an Ancient Stirrings. But he also has a piece of interaction with Nature's Claim. And post sideboard, that is one reason to keep a hand without turn 3 Tron, is if you have 1 or 2 pieces of interaction. And if one of those pieces is Dismember, another is Ancient Stirrings, and another is a Nature's Claim, yeah, you can probably get away with keeping 1 piece of Tron and hoping that you get a little lucky in the rest of the draws while you're slowing the opponent down.
I've had some difficulty playing against specifically Amulet Titan when sometimes you want to kill a creature, sometimes you want to kill an artifact, and you only have an option that takes care of 1. Harvey has landed on this 5, plays tower and passes. And if it is an Amulet draw, he does have the Disruption. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, he has Dismember too, so he catches it all. So you're going to catch the Sakura Tribe Scout, Alan shock for that. Life total is now Alan 18 to Harvey 16. So here's a Chromatic Sphere and an immediate sacrifice to Ancient Stirrings. Forest was the land, so we won't have turn 3 Tron. And this Chromatic Sphere being the find means it's not looking likely we'll have turn 4 Tron either.
No, but he does have a couple more looks here in the next turn. Draw step as well as the Chromatic Star. And if he has another Ancient Stirrings, then he can cast that as well.
Stirrings for Alan on turn 2 finds Amulet. I will say that the Karn the Great Creators make you a little bit better when you miss on Tron as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So Alan will deploy the Amulet. Harvey will once again cycle a Sphere.
Did find a second Tron piece. Don't know if he has another play outside of that.
Looks like Tron piece go.
Is Veil of Summer. He did bring in Veil of Summer.
That might pay off because Alan's been sitting on Disdainful Stroke.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say it might bite him because he just has nothing going on, but
yeah, you know.
It's kind of the nature of the draw when you don't have turn 3 Tron.
So we'll see what Alan does on turn number 3 here. Starting the turn with 2 mana. Looks like Summoner's Pact near the front of the hand. You might see him go find an Asusa, really ramp up the mana.
Yeah, but I think he's a little short of being able to Primeval Titan this turn because he does only get 2 land drops with Azusa. This math was significantly easier when you had Summer Bloom, because Summer Bloom plus Amulet of Vigor plus Bounce Land just equaled 6 mana.
Right. Pretty good ban.
Pretty good, yes.
Pretty good ban.
Pretty good ban. Would have liked to have seen them ban Amulet of Vigor instead. But, you know, who am I to judge? Considering the deck's relative dominance in Modern over the last couple of years, you know, it hasn't gone away, which I guess was kind of the reason for banning Summer Bloom over Amulet of Vigor. I get it. Still. Amulet of Vigor is like the Busto card. That and Primeval Titan. They're the good ones. Hi, I'm Zach Allen. I like to float a mana.
Jesus. Alan floating green, playing Boros Garrison, picking up his breeding pool. And here's Summoner's Pact.
He's going to play Zusa, and he's going to play a couple more land drops, and he's going to end up holding up Veil Summer for the turn.
So Azusa deployed. That green mana is going away for that. Breeding pool. Played tapped, but untapped by the amulet. Technology. Here's Simic Growth Chamber. That's going to pick up Sunhome.
Yeah, those are the 2 extra land drops from Azusa, so that should be the turn. Does have the requisite double green here. Pays for the pact, moves the draw step.
No land at all for Harvey.
Yeah, no land, no play. Not the best in the world. I feel like the door's closed on Harvey now that Zach Allen's got his engine up and running.
Gruul Turf for Alan. Picks up Growth Chamber. Gonna use that. So now he has 6 mana. I gotta figure there's a Titan coming. There it is. And Harvey cannot do anything about it.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Harvey. Started off as our lone 10-0, and unfortunately for him, went 1-4 in the last 5 rounds of the day.
All right, so it looks like Zach Allen there going to advance to the first seed in the tournament, assuming that they sign the slip this way. And then we'll be getting to our time-shifted match in a minute here. Reminder, tables 1 and 2, we had intentional draws. So Jonathan Hobbs, Will Polium, we'll be seeing them in the top 8. Oliver Tomiko, Drake Sasser, them as well. And now we know Zach Allen joining the fray.
Yeah, that was a pretty great match between those 2 players. 2 ramp decks that honestly are kind of fighting on